It's Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Yunetta Spring.
All right, y'all, Rick's Smiley Morning Show. It is Talk It Out Tuesday. Listen, y'all, please help me welcome licensed professional counselor Yunetta Spring. Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing today?
Man, we blessed this morning. I'm so excited because you talking about emotional wellness. Exactly, what is emotional wellness?
Yeah, so, emotional wellness, we've been getting into that all month, and it's really how well you are emotionally, right? How you're taking care of your emotional health. Today, I want to focus on the babies. I want to focus on the children because I think, we've talked a lot about childhood trauma and like breaking generational curses. But I think, getting into what that looks like from the scope of parenting is really important. So that's what I want to talk about today. Because, we've talked about this, over the course of this segment. And I think a big part of breaking cycles really is centered in our ability to adjust our parenting styles and approaches, right? So as we're looking into emotional wellness, I hope y'all are feeling emotionally well and taking care of yourself and noticing how you're feeling. But we have to look at, our children as well. And if we are trying to meet our emotional needs through our children, because that happens often, and, looking at, am I parenting from a space that's focused on what my child needs, or am I focused on what I didn't receive?
Right.
Yep. So, we want to give our kids the best. We want to provide our children with the best, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes our unmet needs can interfere and influence our parenting styles in a negative way. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of that. One could be like if you felt alone or you felt like your parents weren't very involved, and now you want to be super involved and kind of like a helicopter parent with your child. Or if you felt controlled, now you want to give your child limitless freedom. Or if you felt like you didn't have what you needed, now you want to overcompensate and give your child everything.
Right.
And, there's nothing wrong with taking care of our children, but there has to be balance. So if you haven't done your emotional work, you could be parenting from your pain. And I'm going to share 3 ways that this could show up in your parenting, right? So number 1 is you continuously compare your situation to your child's situation.
Right.
So using stuff like you should be grateful, or when I was younger, I had to do X, Y, and Z. And there's nothing wrong with having those conversations, right? Just to let your children know that this is, like a privilege that you have. But when it's a continuous comparison, then there could be an underlying issue. And then another thing is you get emotionally activated by your children's emotional state, or you get offended by their emotions. So because you weren't given space to feel, you could be really uncomfortable when your child feels painful emotions. Almost like, if your child isn't happy, you feel personally attacked by that. And then another way is you don't give your children space to have an opinion, or you give your kids too many options. So freedom and autonomy is very important, for your child's brain development, but they need to understand like who they are. They won't understand who they are if they aren't given the opportunity to do so, but they also need to have some boundaries and structure as well.
I was
so
just
it's a
about to
balance
say that.
between that. Yeah, there is a balance. Like disrespect is not allowed, but you can have an opinion that's not like mine. Otherwise, how would that develop for you if you don't have space to do that?
Right. So you're saying it's good to ask the kids what they think, because sometimes they'll give too many opinions and it comes off as talking back.
Yeah. It's okay to ask your kid, or give them the option to express how they feel.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean that it's always going to change the outcome or the situation, but at least they have space to know it's okay for me to have an opinion that's different from my parent.
Right.
Because we want to help them develop with how do I operate in the real world. Like if I grow up not being able to have an opinion, then what does that look like when I leave my parents' home? Right. They don't have those skills in being able to express themselves. So, as we're making sure we're emotionally well, we can't forget about our babies, so we have to be able to make their emotional wellness a priority too.
Right. Wear those white shoes and those black stockings, and that's just it. Yeah. Them black shoes, you don't need to wear them because them too sexist, and that's not what we teach at Faith Apostolic. Put them white shoes on, you don't care what you say, Jesus is watching. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, we really appreciate you.
That was good.
Yeah, that was really good. Let everybody
really good.
Know how they can follow you.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can follow me on social media, Springforth Counseling. My YouTube page is Yunetta Spring. You can go to my website. I have tons of resources on that. springforthcounseling.org, or you can text the word spring to 55444 for resources.
I'm not tinting the windows on this station wagon. I promise you, I'm dropping you right off in front of the school. You don't have an opinion on that. You understand?
Look, you don't have no opinion on that. You're going to get there how you get there.
Or an orange Jeep or something. I don't know. All right, y'all. Now, listen. Now, every week we talk about going to therapy, but Talking Out Tuesday is not meant to be a replacement for going to see your own personal therapist. All right, so we have to start somewhere, though. Thank you so much, Yunetta, and we really appreciate you. Y'all give it up for licensed professional counselor Yunetta Spring. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.